then, next episode. It's beginnings of probably a big one. It's comfort mat day. We're actually going to start sound deadening the thing. Now we've got it all taken apart. So we're all set up. Obviously, this is how we always work, in this fashion. But I'm going to start doing the roof, just because otherwise if I start on the floor, I'm then going to be walking on it, I'm going to get it all stuck with all my clothes, my shoes, and it's all going to become a mess. So I'm going to be in the car doing the 2mm Tishina stage 1, if you like, all on the roof. And Owen's going to be over here starting on all the outer skins of the doors, again with the bronze Tishina 2mm. So obviously you've watched our last video about us talking through all the products that we're using, so you'll know exactly why we're doing all this. And yeah, we're just going to chuck some music on now and crack on with it, because it's going to take some time. There's a lot to do, there's a lot of car. Going to do a bit of cleaning, prep in some areas, get rid of some grease and stuff like that, and then yeah, just get on with it really, just get stuck into it. So see you later. Right then, so that's kind of the sound deadening stage of it all done. As you can see, we've just kind of tried to cover everything we can, basically. Admittedly, without getting too kind of silly about it, if you like. Some of the smaller areas, like up in here, you know, it's not going to make much of a difference, but I have tried to, at least where there's a bigger area, I've then tried to just sound deaden that, get some material onto it. Obviously done even the back edge, boot lid. Yeah, and it's really firming up. You won't be able to pick it up on the camera or anything, but now when we move it, even though it's still empty, it's already starting to feel more solid. You know, you close even a thin panel-like door, and it sounds and is starting to feel more solid. It's going to be quite crazy. So yes, that is all the sound deadening done. So as you can see, obviously all in the car. The floor is done with the 2mm. The boot and the door panels are done with a 2.5mm Vespa. And yes, it's all firming up. As you can see in the doors now, we've even mounted our speaker adapter rings in the back. and in the front, and then sound deadened all around them, and just tried to make them as solid as possible, because admittedly, granted, they're not the most kind of robust and heavyweight adapters going, but we had them and we thought, you know, we'll use them and we'll just do our best to firm them up with the sound deadening inside and out. And yeah, it's going to work. It's going to work a treat, especially with everything else that we've got going on. And then, right, what else have we done? So yes, then this is a good example of the stage where we're at now with the driver's door. So driver's door is obviously all fully done. We've even actually, you can just pick up on the back of the actual regulator motor panel, we just put a piece on there just to try and make sure there's nothing resonating off there. It's, you know, minor thing maybe, but you know, we're in there, we've got the room, and it's open enough. Why not do it? So yeah, speaking with the driver's door, this is a good example of what all 4 doors are going to be like, or are now like. So we've obviously got the 2.5mm on the door panel itself. Then we've got, let's do door card. I've then sound deadened the door card as well, because obviously we're having the 3-ways. So we're mounting a speaker to here. Gonna work out a bit of a speaker ring adapter arrangement for going on to here for our mids. But yeah, that's sound deadened. So that's gonna firm everything up. Once I've done the last door card, we're then gonna be going on with the sound wave. So that's then gonna be going onto the door as well, catching all those, you know, random sound waves and everything that bounce around, firming everything up even more. And then obviously that's going to be going onto the back of the various panels and things that we're going to be putting back in gradually once we get to a stage where we can start to put some stuff back into the car, just to make it a little bit easier to work in. Plus also we don't have to have a million car parts knocking around. And then this is the outer door skin. So Owen has, like we said in our previous video, which you would have obviously watched, about all the sound deadening, it's had the 2mm put onto it, and then this is the Integra panel liner. So this is a multi-layer liner that has the adhesive section, which is quite a heavyweight adhesive section, then a particular foam that's all waterproof and everything, as is the adhesive, and then another layer on there that then just adds a weight and also keeps that resonance down, basically. So yeah, you can see that it's all going to be pretty solid doors for a 20-year-old car. It's going to be quite incredible once it all starts to go back together. It's going to be good. And then our next stage, once we've just finished off the last few bits that we're currently doing, door cards and a bit of Integra in the boot lid, things like that, we're then going to put the Skyline all across the roof. Again, another different type of panel liner that with its silver layer adds a bit of kind of like a thermal element to it as well, keeps a bit of heat in, but will also just calm down any of that extra noise you get from, like, you know, rain. We are in England, obviously, and things like that. So it's all coming together. But as you've probably noticed, you know, we haven't been wearing the jumpers all the time, so we haven't done it all in one hit, because it's many hours of work. We did a whole day on it, just dedicated yesterday, and yeah, that wasn't just smashing out all of it. We just managed to get like sections done, because it takes that long, but it's gonna be worth it. And that's the thing with sound deadening, it's the labor side of it, it's the time that it takes. So, you know, if you've got the budget to push towards more of it, great, do it. Or if you want to do it yourself, do that. You're only ever going to add to the whole experience of just being in your car and your audio. So we're going to crack on. Keep watching, bear with us. Like I said, it takes time, but it's going to be good. And we were saying, actually, we should have done some sound tests, so beforehand, closing the doors, and then afterwards, because it's going to be like a Rolls Royce once it's done. Hopefully, maybe. Anyway, keep watching. See you in a bit. So for us, we're many days down the line since the last, 3 minutes ago, which I talked to you about where we were, and it's all kind of taken off a bit really, and because we have to keep moving this out when we bring in other cars and stuff. Every time we've moved it, even though it's still stripped out and hasn't got anything in it, because of the amount of sound deadening we've now done and are still doing, you get in it, start the engine up, and you can barely hear it, and it just sounds totally solid. And so we were chatting about it the other few days ago now, and we just kind of agreed that we would, anything we can think of sound deadening and treating in some way, we're going to do it. Because for a 20-year-old car, that when you get in it and it just sounds completely silent and solid every time you close the doors and you're in there, then that's a really cool thing. Yeah, you get in it, you're just like, this is gonna be awesome. So once all the trim goes back in, door cars go back in, roof lining goes back in, and then all the sound absorber that's gonna be in there as well is in, it's gonna be like a little cocoon. It's gonna be awesome. So it means that, if you're listening to music but quietly, or you're listening to something that's really gentle and really precise, you'll be able to hear it because there won't be the engine going on and tyre noise and stuff. So that's why it hasn't got a wing on it. That's why it's going to have the other wing removed. If you come over here, Owen's doing this wing at the moment. Obviously, if you've ever tapped a wing before, it's really rattly and horrible. So yeah, we've taken the wing off. I'll show you some of the fixings and stuff in a minute. We won't do a how-to on it, but because it's pretty rare that people take rings off. Could have done it maybe. Oh well. But yeah, main point is we've sound deadened it, and we're even sticking some of the Integra on there as well. So it's now, admittedly, it's a lot heavier. It's a lot heavier, but it's really nice and sturdy, and it's just again gonna work all together to keep the thing as silent as possible. It's really cool actually, because we've never gone this far before on anything, and I imagine mainly because labour costs would be quite up there. So boot's all now done with Integra as well. So that's all fully lined. Obviously boot lid is all done, and everything's just starting to sound loads more solid. It's quite incredible. So yes, so over this side, this wing hasn't been done. You can hear it, it's all really hollow, whereas that one's going to be really solid. And I've just prepped the wheel arch on that side, passenger side, cleaned it all, and going to sound deaden all of the inner wheel arch as well. So obviously we do that on T6s and stuff when people want it, so that helps with road noise and things. But a thing I did recently on one of the other days where we kind of chucked in a couple of hours on it, was I did all of this scuttle panel. Now, scuttle panel is not unusual for us, especially in vans, because we offer that in our various packages and stuff. But what I also did was on the top side of the scuttle panel, I put noise absorber in, and that, like I said, in terms of the engine noise, has made a weird amount of difference, to the point where I was moving it in the other day, and as I was driving in, I leant over, opened the door, and shouted Owen to get in it as well. And I was just like, listen to how quiet it is in here. And he thought I was joking, but I wasn't. And he agreed. It's crazy. So sound deadening is definitely a thing to do. It's awesome. Makes a massive difference. So yeah, I'm going to carry on getting on with the wheel arch whilst Owen's doing the wing, and then he will probably start taking that wing off. Wings aren't too difficult to take off, to be honest with you. Making Sammy move around loads, sorry. There's various fixings. You've got to take the wheel liner out. Obviously there's various T25 screws that are kind of scattered around in there, and then you've probably looked under your bonnet before. You've got various fixings on the top for the wing. There's one up by the window just kind of here. There's then 3 more coming down on the top. There's 2 at the front here, and then in some of the kind of paint protection area that protects the welds and things, there was a couple hidden down here, and then 2 tucked in here that you can get to once the wheel lining's out, and then it's just a case of wiggling the thing off. There is a piece of foam that goes up behind here. It's over here actually, I'll get it for you. This piece of foam here sits up in the wing, and actually these are prone to getting waterlogged and rotting out the arches. So I think because we're sound deadening and treating all the wing, we'll put these back in. So I guess it's a damping thing, I guess. So we probably wouldn't need to do it. But if we if we wanted to, we could, because that's now not going to get through and rot the wing. So you had to peel that off, and there's like a weird foam bit that you had to tear away. But once you've released all those fixings, it's just a case of wiggling it off and obviously not buckling your wing. It's not too bad. But yeah, I think we'll just crack on with it and see how far we can go with it, really. It's pretty cool, to be honest with you. It's good fun doing stuff that you've, to this extent, that you've never done before. It's a good laugh. So yeah, we're going to crack on. But yeah, definitely take the car apart. Sound deaden it. It's awesome. Right, it's all done. Car is fully sound deadened. As far as we can find places to stick sound deadening and things like that, we've done it. And it's, yeah, it all just sounds really solid now. So obviously you've seen it all throughout the video, but we'll just do a quick little run through of what we've stuck where. So then there's like a definite list, if you like. So starting in the boot, we've obviously done the 2.5mm Vespa with the slightly thicker foil as well, so it's thicker material all round, all in the boot. Then that's been covered over with the Integra, which is that sound liner, which works a treat, and it's a multi-layered arrangement. And then obviously the whole of the floor of the car has been done in the 2mm Tishina, so slightly thinner foil, slightly thinner material altogether, but again still a good decent weight sound deadening. And then the roof has all been done in the 2mm Tishina as well, and then the Skyline liner put over the top, so it's got that slightly more thermal property going onto it as well. And then moving on to the doors, the outer skins, you'll remember these were off, and we put the Tishina in there on the outer skins, but then obviously, as you can see on the inners, we've gone with full Vespa on the inside where the speakers are being mounted and things. And then coming round to the front, we obviously the wings were off, and we've done Tishina in the wings, and then we also did Integra over the top of those, so those are really solid now as well. Scuttle panels all been out, and Vespa has gone in the down like the lower section and the upper section, and then also a load of sound wave in there too. And we've also now done bonnet as well. Bonnet is all done with Tishina as well. Looks cool, doesn't it? I think so. And quietness down the bonnet as well. So like I said, everything's been deadened now. Oh, inner wheel arches as well. All the inner wheel arches, sorry, behind the wheel linings, all with the 2.5mm Vespa as well. So that will reduce all the road noise and things. And just, yeah, all counts towards everything really. And as we put it all back together, as with the door cards, we've got all the sound deadening on the door cards, and then the sound wave over the top. What we're going to do with this is, as we're putting the car back together, anywhere we can put it in behind panels, in behind the glove box and things like that, anywhere we can get this in, this is going to go in. Top of the roof liner as well. We need to sort the roof liner out, but that's another thing. But once that goes in, this will go in over the top of that. So yeah, anywhere we can squeeze sound wave in, it's going to be going in, just to create that full last effect of just being in a little chamber of just pure silence until you turn that stereo on. So yeah, that's about it really. Then it's on to doing a boot build, which we'll go and have a little chat about now. So next stage really is running cables, power, ground, speaker cables, all that sort of jazz, so we can then build a setup in the boot here. I've got some ideas in my head for designs and things, for mounting the subs and the amp and everything else that needs to go in there. And that's it really. On to the next stage. See you in the next one.